So I've just been asked on the phone, what is the reason that e-commerce companies go for the PeopleVox system to run their warehouse? I'd say there's 7 or so key reasons. First up, very simple, but it's a mistake we made at the start. 80% of orders are single item orders. In other words, only one item ordered, especially by Amazon and eBay. And when you get towards Christmas, that goes up a lot as well. Those 80%, we were tricked into thinking that we would batch pick. So go and get 50 of those items that are all the same and bring them back, scan them at the pack bench, get them out. Silly us. The reality is those products in general are very mixed. Let's give an example. For about 3,000 orders, if you've got 80% of that, let's call it 2,500 round numbers. Unfortunately, about 2,300 of those items for those orders are totally different. So we came up with a way to pick those items quicker than anyone else. In fact, we're even challenging it. We might even be quicker than robots and Kiva that Amazon bought recently. So that's the first one, handling the single item orders, where we reckon will be 3 to 4 times the speed of a standard WMS warehouse management system. Second one is, I see a lot of installations where there's still paper. People are picking with paper, or when goods are coming in, they're tagging them, which tags where they have to put stuff away. There's no paper in our trail. Stuff comes in, we're scanning in, we can quickly receive in. Let's give an example. We'll be doing about 30 pallets on a receipt with 5 people. Those pallets will be totally mixed mash of products from different suppliers. We don't do paper at goods in, and we certainly don't do paper for put away. So that's the third one. Put away. Again, we've been there. We made the mistakes of when stuff comes in, typically at the point of receipt, you do the analysis, or your system does, of where stuff should go. We've taken it one step on from that, where stuff is awaiting put away, the stock. And actually, the system then, when you go and scan the location it's got that stock in, hopefully it's been decanted in some sort of logical way for the put away. It then drives the put away in a directed way, or you can just go and put it all in one slot. This definitely allows for the mixed SKU situation, stock keeping units, and having multiple products in the same location. Then we move on. Number 4 is the integration. So there's 2 parts to this. Firstly, a lot of our customers have said that integration is our strongest point. When I compare it to other suppliers of warehouse systems, it's often taking a long time to do an integration, very painful. Whereas for us, we have built a nice user interface for people to map fields and import via the web. We've also built some off-the-shelf integrations, such as Magento, Channel Advisor, eSeller Pro, so all the ones we need for e-commerce. And then we've got customers as well that write their own integration to us, and that will typically take a couple of weeks for a full integration with one developer, using our integration that's fully documented. Very easy when you're getting going, and we typically take about up to a day to support that during the 2 weeks and after go live for the integration. We're often asked as well, how long does it take to deploy? If we hit the button now, how long will it be before I'm operating? The typical is about between 3 weeks and 3 months, depending upon the size. So our biggest customers doing, let's say, 10,000 items a day is an average, good sized user of our system. They'll take 3 months. That's including all the barcode checking, getting everything labeled, getting locations labeled, getting layout done, getting people trained, getting the system in, getting the integration written, and then going live. So about 3 months, but typically for a small and medium e-commerce doing a few $1 million or pounds, then it's, let's say, a month or so. Then from there, a couple of things to finish off that certainly for us, it was costing us too much time, money and pain, and therefore it's also costing the users of the PeopleVox system the same. Firstly, when we deploy these printers, barcode printers, we then deploy handheld devices that are for scanning and picking, and then third is you've got a web-based system that is the core of the system. Those three combined are quite complex to make work, and especially when you're deploying remotely. We deployed in 7 countries around the world last month, and we didn't have to go there. So the reason we were able to do that is our printing. We came up with cloud printing before Google. That enables you to pick up a new iPad, go into our application on a web browser, and simply print to a barcode printer, an HP printer, everything. None of this complex drivers installed on every single device you want to print from. The second one was installing the application on the handhelds. So these handheld gun barcode devices, just getting it that it installs first up from a little file that you go to the web, it downloads, installs, and then secondly, when we push an update. Nearly every month we push an update of new features, and we've got hundreds of devices, maybe thousands around using our system, and we need them to quickly update without us being involved, and indeed the client needing IT resource to make that work. So those are some of the things that we've done to make it easy for e-commerce.